Bonehill Road is a 2017 film or 2018. I says both. Back here it says 2018. Horror film, low budget horror film directed by Todd Sheets. Very independent stuff. I love my independent cinema, as I've mentioned on my channel many, many times. And found this and Clownado, which I'm also going to be reviewing next. So I'm tackling these two bad boys. I have watched them before a few years ago. Like, it's just in passing, though. It was more like a background thing. I never really sat down and watched them. But I remember them being fun enough, and I am a physical media collector, so I just decided to take a whim, buy them not blind, but buy them and revisit them, I guess you could say. And I'm here to talk about it. So basically, this is not a werewolf film, kind of. It's really weird to explain. Um, Overall, I like this film. There's things that I really like about it. There's things that are a little bit not my style. But it's a fun film. It's a fun ass film. I'm definitely going to start with the positives, of course. It's a film that you can definitely sit down with friends, drink to, and just have a good time with. There's lots of things to laugh at in a good way. There's lots of things to just cheer with and go along for the ride in a sense. What we have going on here basically is we have this. The film opens up with this mom getting physically abused by, I guess, her husband or her partner, whoever he is, and she has a daughter. And then they escape that situation, and on their way to their grandfather's house, they get into a road accident and they come across this big wild animal. They think it's a bear, but it ends up being, a werewolf. And they have a damaged car. They're looking for somewhere to go. They end up at this house, and they end up at this house for refuge. But it ends up that this insane psychopath lives there, and he's already got some victims there. And these two women, the mom and young daughter, seem to be the next victims coming, kind of thing. And then there's werewolves also in this kind of situation. Now, there's a lot of films that I like that do this. Like, there's a film called Primeval, I think, which is a crocodile film, but at the same time, there's like a civil war going on because it all takes place in northern Africa or something like that. So you kind of have two threats at once. And then there's this other film, and I guarantee that this is kind of the theme that Todd was going for. This other film, I forget the title of it, but it has to do with there's a blizzard, not a blizzard, a hurricane going on, and this girl is stuck in her home because of a hurricane, but then inside the home there's also a lion, so she has to stay away from the lion and can't escape the home because there's a hurricane going on, so she can die outside there too. So it's one of those films where you have two threats, this crazy psychopath and werewolves. The werewolves look great. I mean, for the budget, my goodness, they look better than lots of higher budgeted films that I've seen. They're practical. Practical always wins. The practical gore in this is phenomenal. And it's really like gross too, like because the camera does a really close up on everything gory, and you got people like just you know messing with intestines and shit, and there's a pretty good werewolf transformation again for the budget that this film had. It's a really damn good werewolf transformation at the end of the movie. And like I said, for those reasons, it's a lot of fun, and the werewolves look fantastic. They do a really good job with that. Where I feel where this film kind of it's it doesn't do a bad job or anything like that. It's mismarketed, I would say. Like I don't know where how they were trying to market this film because it seems like it's just going to be a werewolf film, but then it takes this whole 180 and turns into like House of a Thousand Corpses all of a sudden. And the werewolves, like, they don't attack much. They stand outside of the house for a while you have this torturer messing with the women, and he doesn't even. It's not suggested that he knows that there's werewolves, I was starting to think that maybe like the werewolves are his pets or something, or he's like he can train them or whatnot, and they're like his little minions or giant minions. But it wasn't. They just after this whole mayhem, the werewolves come in like basically the third act of the film, other than the car accident where you get your first introduction to one. But they're in the background. They're like a threat in the background. It's like this film that's going on a completely different plot with like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of, murderous. It's not really a family because it's only one guy, but psychopath thing, and then but there's like werewolves in the background kind of as a subplot kind of thing, and that's what I found a little bit strange and mismarketed kind of. The next thing is, I know this is low budget and everything, but I have to mention the acting, and I don't mean any disrespect because I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, but everybody is not good. Now, I don't know if they were. I don't know if that was the point. I don't know if this film is supposed to be hokey and funny when it comes to the acting, but I'm watching it and I'm like, people don't talk like this. Everybody's either very wooden or way over the top, and the acting's just bad. But I don't know if it's on purpose or not. Um, it seems like it would be like Todd's, friends and family who he got in this film, not professional actors. At least that's how it comes across. Because it's like the director Todd is like, okay, I want you to give me the best Tommy Wiseau from The Room performance you can possibly give. And when it comes to the serial killer, it's like it's almost as if he said like, okay, Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. I want you to give me your best Matthew McConaughey performance you can possibly give, because this motherfucking killer man is not like he's just bizarre. It's not like he's psychotic crazy. He seems like a bad actor. And the mom and the daughter and the guy abusing the he's something, and everybody just they don't seem like real people. They don't seem like real people. So I don't know if that was a choice on purpose because they Todd wanted to make this its own universe or something like that, where people do talk goofy and weird. Um, it's just like I don't know. I could. What I'm saying is I found the acting atrocious, but I don't want to come across as a dick by saying that, or an asshole. I'm just giving my honest opinion. Um, I I gave this 1.5 out of 5. Okay, and I have to emphasize this on the channel too. My rating system is it's a balance between enjoyment and quality. So I rate it that way. Low scores does not mean I don't like a movie. I liked this movie and I'm keeping this movie. I give films half stars that I really like watching. I've reviewed American Conjuring on the channel, and I've mentioned this on the channel that I give American Conjuring a half a star. There's an Amityville film too that I give half a star, but I enjoy both, and I own American Conjuring, and I would own the Amityville one. So when I give like a 1 out of 5 score or even half a score, that doesn't mean that the movie's shit. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it means this film's unwatchable and fuck this, and I don't even want it. But it doesn't always mean that, and this is I want to you know let people know that that's the case because it's a 1.5 out of 5. It's got a lot of problems, but it's a fun ass film at the same time. So anybody involved with the project, props. You got Linnea Quigley in here too, who again she's giving kind of that hokey performance too, and I'm just wondering if that was the point or not. Like I said, Wild Eye is always a hit and miss. This is a Wild Eye release, and they're known to put up a lot of like stinkers, but once in a while you pick up some gems. I'd say this is one of them, for what it is, and it also you have to like this kind of thing. It's like watching shot on video films, which I still haven't acquired the taste for, but I understand that cinema is just one of those things that's subjective, and some things are supposed to be bad for bad sakes kind of thing. Um, But what I'm doing with this review basically is literally just giving my honest opinion. The acting didn't work for me. It felt weird. It felt strange. It just felt like bad acting. So bizarre. But I don't want to keep repeating myself and sounding like broken record. This is a fun film that I enjoyed, but it's loaded with problems, and I just wanted to mention those. And know your audience, know who you are as an audience before you check something like this out. But it's a fun like party movie, I would say. So that's Bonehill Road by Todd Sheets, and yeah, support indie cinema. Subscribe to Market Film Fan if you'd like to listen to my voice or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.